If you have ever been physically full but incapable to stop eating regardless, this video is for you. Today I will be breaking down 4 main reasons why you are not capable to stop even though you are very aware that you're physically full, and what can be done to fix that, because it is a very torturous process. Let me start with why you should listen to me. Because I have a medical degree, I finished the med school, I'm an MD. Currently, I am a psychiatric resident, so I am working with addictions and diagnosed eating disorders, including binge eating. Except that I also have a personal experience. I was someone who was able to recover from binge eating disorder. I haven't had any binge episodes since June of 2025. Now, let me move to first out of 4 main reasons, which is biological reason. What I mean is you are biologically creating the dopamine spikes in your body and blood sugar spikes, which happens every time we're having food. When we eat food, it brings us happiness. So food releases dopamine. Our brain associates every time I'm having food, I'm happy. What if I want to feel happy? I should have food, right? What happens is that even though we understand that we are not hungry anymore, because we still want this dopamine, like we want it more, so we keep eating. And it becomes impossible to stop. This is one of the reasons why recovering binge eating has nothing to do with the food specifically itself. How to fix it is take away the things that give you cheap dopamine. Biggest one for today will be doom scrolling. I am guilty of that one myself, but doom scrolling, social media, they are giving us the cheap dopamine. By that, I mean the dopamine which has low quality, because running also gives us dopamine. Workouts give us dopamine, but they are high quality because you put work, you got reward. With the doom scrolling, you are not putting any type of work. It wears out very fast, so you want more and more and more, and it causes the addiction, which is taking over your whole life. To fix it is to take away that source for several days. Second thing is that you can get that level of happiness, that level of joy by other tasks. Except food, you can get it by music, you can get it by connecting with people or trying out one of the new hobbies. They are all things that give you joy, that give you dopamine, they are releasing dopamine, but in comparison to food, they're not as fast working. However, you can still replace food with them. And the last one is to aim the steadier meals so cravings are not driving your bus. What I mean by that is having balanced meal. And I know we heard about it a bunch of times, right? For me, balanced meal consists every food group. It has carbs, it has protein, fats, and vegetables. You are setting the plate when the biggest amount is vegetables, then the second biggest amount is protein, and the smallest amount is fat and carbs, which creates very balanced meal. The psychological one is biggest one for everyone who is struggling with binge eating, because psychological one is when we are eating our emotions up. And what it is that every time I'm feeling sad, I'm gonna have food. Every time I'm feeling stressed, I'm gonna have food. So when you start eating, you might start because you are physically very hungry. But what happens at one point is that the hunger disappears. You're already full, but you cannot stop eating because you're fulfilling one of the emotional needs. I couldn't talk to anyone when I was sad, so I will use food to regulate my emotions. And the Last Supper is separate because it happens to all of us. I will be eating everything on my way because on Monday I will be on a diet. And what happens is that you will start eating more food than you naturally need. And it will create anxiety, it will create stress, overwhelm, loneliness, sadness as well. You will feel so guilty and ashamed that you are not able to stop. How to fix the emotional part? Well, first thing to do is name the emotion, because you cannot fix something if you don't know what it is. When I say you need emotional regulation to stop eating when you're full, it doesn't apply to all emotions because we are experiencing different emotions. Maybe the emotion I'm regulating with food is loneliness or sadness or stress. Maybe you are regulating completely different emotions. Even the positive emotions like happiness, joy, makes us want to overeat. When we feel something extremely, doesn't matter if it is positive emotion or negative emotion, we still need to regulate it because it's still too much for us. And that will happen is that you will go for food instead every single time. And what to do is first name it, then find your emotional regulation tool. Very good one is breathing. Breathing exercises are extremely helpful for everyone who wants to learn how to regulate your emotions as a beginner. The tapping techniques, they are so simple. Like you can do these type of exercises or these ones, and you will feel more grounded, you will feel more regulated. Meditation, also perfect. And forget about I will start tomorrow. Like, forget about that phrase. I will start on Monday, I will start tomorrow. What I did was I specifically started new things, whatever it was, on any day except Monday. I never start things on Monday. Even now, in my brain it was given that I will start something new on Monday. I will start something on 12 o'clock exactly. And then I will see a clock and it's 12:01 and I'm like, oh, damn it. Now I have to start it at 12:30. No, you don't. Start it right now, because when you get the idea, action should come right away. Otherwise, you will find a bunch of reasons to not do it. Start it right now. Like, I want to start working out. I will do it on Monday. No, do it right now. You can Google 30-minute exercise and 15-minute exercises, and you can do them right now. And it will already destroy the chain of, I have time till Monday now. I have time till tomorrow now. I get to do whatever I want, and you will do a lot of things you don't want to do, but you're doing it only because you know that you cannot do them from tomorrow, because it becomes a restriction. Which leads me to the third thing, which is behavior. Behavior means restriction, which drives the binge cycle. You have too much rules around food. I can guarantee you right now that you have a bunch of rules around food. Some food are allowed, some food are not, until you fulfill some type of rule, some type of thing. You have to earn your food. And you have too much rules around food, because I know I did. When I was in the process of recovery, I realized I have too many rules around food. They give you overwhelm, they give you stress, they give you anxiety, they don't bring you anything good. And I can prove it by asking you to write down all the rules that you have regarding food. Give it a score from 0 to 10. 0 will be it doesn't make me feel overwhelmed at all. 10 being that that's the only thing I'm focusing about. And you will notice you're thinking about forbidden food all the time, because you have this target on them now. I should be extremely careful, otherwise I will eat them. And it is not helpful. It creates extreme restriction, which always ends up with the binge eating, because we will find a reason to have one bite of forbidden food, and then you will think that everything is ruined. I will eat everything on my way, and from tomorrow I will start a diet again. So all or nothing thinking comes in. With the restriction, it's always associated with all or nothing thinking, that I should be perfect. If I can't do something perfectly, it's ruined. I'm in a step 0 right now, so I should start again from tomorrow. And it's messing up your mental health. It's messing up with your thoughts and ideas, and food becomes number one priority in your life. And what to do instead is to write down your own food rules, which I already mentioned that part. Ask yourself, is this rule helping me or hurting me by giving it score? Like how much it's overwhelming me. And replace the rule with more achievable ones. If you have rule that you are not allowed to eat bread, is it something that you can do forever? Because if you will be losing weight by not having specific group of food, you have to be okay never eating them again. Because the moment you will eat them, you will gain the weight back. Replacing it with something that is more achievable is always a good idea, even if it is not food related, but regarding your day-to-day life. And that is how you will be fixing your all or nothing mindset, because all or nothing mindset means that you think that either you should be perfect while you do something for the first time, or you shouldn't do them at all. And you have bunch of proofs that it already failed. Like you are a child, you had to learn how to walk. If you had difficulty learning how to walk, because we all did, you already failed. So you have bunch of proofs why you're not perfect already, and nothing is wrong with that. Seeking for this perfect, unachievable thing will only bring you anxiety and overwhelm. And the last one is something that unfortunately we will not be able to fix as others, which is environment. The design of food and portions of the food, you would have noticed that they are very different depending on where you live. I know that in US they have larger portions of food in comparison to Europe. The processed foods, they are highly processed foods, are more cheaper than the organic food. That is not something that can be fixed with one click, because you cannot affect the size of packages, you cannot affect content of the products, because it's not, unfortunately, up to you. You're not a manufacturer. However, what you can do is choose your own portions. Maybe you will buy something with huge portions and you will be able to pre-portion your food, not because you want to control how many calories it has so you don't overeat, but because you want to give yourself a chance to tell you when it is fulfilled. Second thing that you can do is bring the awareness with food. When you're eating, it is very popular right now to be distracted by like watching a TV show, watching a video, or talking to people while you're eating. How to get to satisfaction with a smaller amount is to be very conscious when you eat. Like, first of all, make the plate the way you visually like it. It should look pretty for you. It should look delicious for you. Then choose the most delicious bite. Start with smell, then taste it. Like, be very present when you eat. Only focus on food. Take away all the distraction. No music, no talking, no watching something at the same time. That will make you so aware with the amount you're eating that it will make it easier for you to stop when you are physically full. If you want the help to implement those things, or you're not sure which of those 4 main things you are experiencing right now, maybe all of them, and you don't know where to start, you are free to join my free Skool community. There we are talking about binge eating, about the recovery, and I provide tools every single day that will help you in the real life with the recovery process. How I wanted to end this video is to tell you that reason why you can't stop eating is not because you have some type of characteristic flaw, not because you are not consistent enough or disciplined enough, but because it is your pattern, it is a learned behavior, it's a habit. And the good information about that is that it is fixable. Patterns have to be noticed and then it will be fixed. the only thing you have to do is to notice what it is that drives your overeating, even though when you're physically full, and you will find a way to fix it because you will not be able to stop seeing that. Basically, what I wanted you to know is that it's not you. It's the conditions that were created around you, and nobody gave you the tools, the ways to fix it. That's why you are unfortunately still struggling. And that was all the information I had for you today. I hope you got the new interesting details that will help you with the recovery process. I will be seeing you in the next one. Bye!